Welcome to the High Tech Freedom Podcast. This is a podcast where we bring successful tech sales professionals, thought leaders, and entrepreneurs to share best practices, insights, and lessons learned with other tech sales professionals. As a sales professional, the more we learn, the more we earn. Once we earn it, how can we put those hard-earned commission dollars back to work to build additional income streams that will create the freedom we are all working to achieve? I'm your host, Chris Freeman. I'm a high-tech sales leader, real estate investor, and lifetime learner. Hello, tech sales pros. Welcome to the High Tech Freedom Podcast. I'm your host, Chris Freeman, and I hope you are off to a productive quarter, building piles of pipeline, building incredible customer relationships, and reaping the benefits of all your hard work. So I personally have been thinking a lot about consistency. I recently rolled out a new process that was also new for some of my team members. And as I discussed components of the process, I was reminded that results are not always immediate. As much as I want immediate impact from a new idea, look, it takes time, especially when people are involved. If it's just me and I can control it, I could probably impact it. But more than one person, it takes time to get everybody on board. This is where consistency and your ability to execute consistently is your friend. So as a sales rep, how many times have you started maybe an outbound pipeline campaign with excitement and energy, only to have it peter out? And then you moved on to something else. Whatever you decide to do, you get better at it over time. And this is where consistency comes into play. So over a year ago, I'll just give you a personal example. Over a year ago, I started journaling in the morning, and I really had 4 questions I was trying to answer in my journal. I'll just tell you what they are. It was number 1, what or who do I appreciate? Number 2, what challenge or idea do I need to work through? Number 3, what am I excited about? And number 4, what did I accomplish the day before? It was rough in the beginning. I'd forget to do it. Or if I was doing it, I would stare at a blank page, trying to remember and think of something to write. But I just stuck with it. And the quality and depth of my writing improved, which meant I was thinking more about the business, my life, the things that were important. I even got to the point to where I started to look forward to it. In fact, I even noticed things during my day where I would more proactively kind of notice it and say, all right, well, I want to capture that for when I journal tomorrow. I did a better job at appreciating people in the moment because I was sort of thinking about it. I did a better job of recognizing small accomplishments each day because I would write about it every day. And by the way, so many times, people, and myself included, I'll go day to day to day and never just stop and think about what were all the great things that I accomplished that day. Through consistency, you just get better at it. But also, not only does the quality of your work improve, your errors and mistakes decrease. I read this book years ago. It's John Wooden on leadership. And, if you don't know him, he was a Hall of Fame basketball coach. He put an incredibly high focus on consistency with how he personally ran his program and ran his practice. And he talked about that the errors decreased only because of my strong belief that consistency, steadiness, dependability are all necessary for high performance results and for competitive greatness. He also follows up that emotion can destroy all of this. I think that's probably a topic for another time, but that consistency sort of helps manage making emotional or irrational decisions. Another example of something that I'm working on right now is around referrals, right? We're all in sales. We know how important and how powerful referrals can be. So something that I'm working on is that in each conversation, whether it's a conversation in my tech sales or tech sales leadership role, whether it's in real estate or if it's this podcast, I am asking, who else do you know that I should be speaking with? Am I doing this every time? No, I'm so far from consistent. I hesitate to even bring it up as a topic around consistency, but hey, you have to start somewhere. And what I've learned is the best thing to do is just take one thing that you want to get consistent about. One thing you want to improve in your business or in your life. Then Put up Post-it notes to remind you. Set a reminder in your calendar. Actually, I do this with my Alexa. I'll do a reminder on my Alexa and then I'll forget about it. And it just goes on forever. Share it with other people that you're talking to. Let them know what you're doing. Take that one thing and consistently work on it over 30 days. Ideally, I actually think 30 days is too short. 60 days. I hope you are enjoying this episode. I wanted to break in with a quick commercial. During the podcast, we sometimes talk about how to invest those hard-earned commission dollars so that you can build that freedom we are all working towards achieving. Now, I built that through 20 years of real estate investing. Now, recently, my team helped me put together a webinar on how top sales pros can create passive income and achieve financial freedom with hands-off real estate investing. Now, I'm still doing this. And as I continue to invest, I'm giving opportunity for others to learn and invest alongside of me. So if you want to learn more, go check out our webinar at hightechfreedom.com/webinar. That is hightechfreedom.com/webinar. We will also put the link in the show notes. Now back to the show. Like my focus on referrals, what I've noticed is I'm getting better with my questions, right? I can customize maybe the request or the ask by segment of my life or my business and maybe personalize it, adjust it a little bit. I'm more comfortable and confident about it. I think sometimes, I've been selling for a long time and I don't know why, but sometimes I would feel a little bit hesitant when asking for a referral. I'm definitely beyond that now. So look, I truly believe that consistency is foundational to success. I'll give you one more example. A recent health success have been my push-ups. So I am on year 2 of doing 30,000 push-ups for the year. And that roughly breaks down to about 100 push-ups a day, 6 days a week. I choose to do 120 per day, which then buys me a few extra days off, over time. Now, I've been exercising and working out for longer than I've been working, and nothing has benefited me more than the simple, consistent act of doing push-ups every day. Besides the tremendous physical and health benefits, my mind and my work ethic have improved. And what do I mean by that? Look, it's a lot of push-ups and it's a lot of time. And so there are days where I'm getting ready to crawl into bed. I'm tired. And I realize, oh, crap, I forgot to do my push-ups. So I'll jump out of bed and I'll start doing them. And the great thing about that is it's not that hard. At this point, I just go, I count them off. I break them up into groups of 40 to get to my 120, but I'll count them off. As I'm doing them, I'll think about how I should have done them in the morning. That way I wouldn't have had to worry about it. And that's it. I'm done. So 2 years of consistently doing this has dramatically improved my health, my well-being. And as Larry Long Jr. said in a previous podcast episode, I've improved my stick-to-itness, right? Because I just keep doing it. Anyways, by the way, I didn't start off with 120, so don't think that this is a huge hurdle to overcome. I started consistently doing 10, then consistently doing 20. And it just kept getting easier over time. And that's ultimately my point. Everything gets easier over time with consistency. So that's it for today. Happy hunting. I appreciate your support. I appreciate you listening to the podcast. And by the way, I am looking for guests for upcoming episodes. If you know a top performer who would like to share some of their lessons learned, please reach out. I would sincerely appreciate it. I'm also interviewing C-level guests as part of a C-level series that I'm doing. And if you have a C-level exec that would like to share some thoughts from the other side of the table, please let me know and I'll follow up with them. Until next week, make this the best week ever. Thanks again for joining us today. To get more sales and real estate tips, you can subscribe to our newsletter at hightechfreedom.com. You can also join our private Facebook and LinkedIn group that is exclusively for sales professionals. If you found a nugget of good information in the podcast, please subscribe, give us a positive rating, and write a review. If there is a topic that you would like us to cover in the future, please send us a note through our website at hightechfreedom.com. Until next week, make this your best week ever.